record management. When you talk of record management, in a general sense, a record is a document or pieces of information created, received, maintained, or used by an organization or an individual as evidence of activity, transaction, decision, occurrences. Example of this record management we are talking is general correspondence and administrative records, be it in office, be it an individual in their places or in their home. We have financial transaction is part of the records, significant working papers, drafts, and versions. Database and tables is part of the record. Personnel and employment documentation is part of the record. Student and class documentation. Now, we want to look at when we are talking of record management. I define what record is all about. I said information created, received, and maintained as evidence of information, be it an individual or in an organization. And what is management of that record that we are saying? Management is a coordination, administration of tasks to achieve a goal in any sector, be it individual, be it in an organization. Now, what is that record management? Record management is the systematic and strategic practice of creating, organizing, maintaining, storing, receiving, retrieving, disposing of records in an organization. The primary goal of record management is to ensure that accurate and relevant information is efficiently managed throughout the life cycle of record, from creation to disposal. Let me repeat myself. I've explained what record is all about. I've explained what management is all about. Now, going back to the definition of record management, I said is the systematic and strategic practice of creating the record you created, of organizing it in terms of sorting it out, then maintaining that record, then storing that record, retrieving when it is being necessary, and disposing of the record in an organization. But one primary goals of doing that is to ensure accurate and relevant information are being maintained and stored, so that whenever it is being needed, you can easily go there and pick it and make use of it. That takes us the life cycle of record management. It started from the creation of record to disposal of record. Why record management? Is it necessary that you must keep record? Is it compulsory that you must keep record? Yes, of course, it is necessary. As you know, as an individual, you cannot throw away your birth certificate, neither throw away your certificate of occupancy or certificate of your academic that you receive after the end of this schooling. So, record management ensure that institutional records of vital historical, physical, legal values are identified and preserved, and that non-essential records are discarded in a timely manner according to established guidelines and identified legislation. What did I mean by that? I said record is very paramount. It is very important to keep record. It will give us an historical background of a situation or an event that happened anywhere. Not only that, it will ensure to serve as a reference point whenever it is being needed. And also it will assist an individual to lay hands on what has been done for the past yesteryears. What are the stages of record management? What are the stages of record management? Record starts from creation, the process of generating new records through documentation of transaction, activities, decisions, or any information deemed important for organizational purpose or individual purposes. Record classification. After the creation of record, you need to classify it. Categorization and labeling of records based on their content, importance, and relevance is very paramount. It will help in organizing record for easier retrieval and management. After the creation and the classification, the next stage is organization. You need to organize the record that's already classified so there will be no problem along the line. Systematic arrangement of records according to the predetermined structure or classification is paramount. These include the folders, database or other documents, system to facilitate efficient access and retrieval of an individual or in any organizational sector. Don't forget, there are difference between records, folder, and file. Record, I've explained what record is all about, and document itself, collection of ideas. But folder is the collection of files being stored. Then record management, record maintenance is the next after the record organization, record maintenance. The integrity, accuracy, accessibility of records documented for an ongoing activities must be preserved. What did I mean by that? I said, after you might have organized your record, the next day you maintain it. The integrity of record is very paramount. Accuracy and accessibility very, very important in the record stages of record. Then after that, after the maintenance, then you store it. The document you have already collected, you need to store the physical or digital location where records are securely stored. This involves consideration of such and to put in archive so that they can back up whatever you needed whenever you are in need of it. And it will protect against unauthorized access or damage. That's one of the essence of storing. You can store in many ways, of course. Then the next one is retrieval. After you might have stored it, then you retrieve when you need it. This is the process of locating and accessing the records when needed. As I rightly said, efficient retrieval mechanism ensure that authorized individual can quickly access relevant information for decision making or serve as reference point. The last but not the least is record disposal. This is the systematic and secure removal of records that have reached the end of their retention. What did I mean by retention? Retention period, that is certain number of years according to the rules and organization or legal practitioner of that individual or an organization. That if record cannot just be disposed, for example, the record of a student in lifestyle in schooling cannot just be disposed if the student have not finished, even not immediately the student graduated that the record has to be disposed. It has certain number of years so that if the student of an individual come back for an important document, it can be easily retrieved. Then we have, what are the purposes of record management? The purposes of record management: one, to facilitate audit and inspections, to provide support for decision making, to promote accountability and transparency, to provide efficient information retrieval, to mitigate the risk of loss, damage, or unauthorized access to sensitive and critical information. That's one. These are the purposes of record management. Now, you want to look at the last aspect of this record management. You want to look at procedures for handling incoming mails. What is incoming mail itself? Incoming mails are the mail you receive into the organization, or the information that is coming from other departments or from an individual for outside to that office. And what are the procedure in handling this mail? Immediately you receive this mail, what is the next thing to do? You receive the mail. Mail is collected as early as possible from the post office or mailed back by the personnel assigned to this job to do the job. The envelope are sorted into 3 groups: private, for the attention of, or official, and confidential. When the mail is received and is marked private, you need not to open it. The secretary has no power to open if an envelope or a mail is marked private, or for the attention of Mr. Lagbaja, of Dr. Ojo, of Dr. Abinueni, whatever it may be. Then when an envelope or mail is marked confidential, the secretary also has no power to open it. But when it is marked immediate or urgent, the secretary has the power to open, because the secretary is known to be the life wire of that organization. So the document that is there, the secretary has the power, except it is marked private, for the attention of, or official, or confidential. The next procedure of handling incoming mail is opening of the mail. When you receive that mail in a small, you might open with an ordinary letter paper opener, but notwithstanding, an office that receive a lot of mail, such as newspapers or magazine, can open or save time, can use letter opening machine. The third stage of handling incoming mail is scrutinizing of the content. You need to scrutinize, to look at this. The purpose of scrutinizing is to ascertain the department to which the letter relates. Any enclosure of the content should be properly verified and noted. You need to scrutinize the mail, that the content of what you are receiving. That is why when you want to open the second stage, you have to be very careful. We have some people that have received some contagious mail like that inside envelope. So we have to be very careful. Then they stamping the mail. The stamp is prepared, which contains serial numbers, the date, the receipt is stamped on the letter, and the initial of the post opener has to be there. When you receive a mail, you have to stamp it. You put the serial number, you put the date, and the time of the receipt. What did I mean by that? Today is the first working day. Any mail you receive today, you have to look at the stamping date. You stamp it. The date have to change. The serial number 1, that's the first mail you are receiving. Then the date, today is the 9th of December. Then the time you are receiving it, is it 10 a.m., is it 9 a.m., is it 10 p.m., has to be properly put in the date stamping mail. Then recording the mail. The letter received are recorded in what mail register. Very, very important. So that you know the time you receive the mail. So that if there is any problem, you can quickly retrieve and see whether it's a problem comes from you or for the person that dispatched the mail. Then the next one is distribution of mail. After you might have recorded the mail, the next thing to do is to distribute it to the appropriate quarters. Is it to your immediate boss or to the other area? That is, letters are handed over to the concerned department. The letters are distributed through messengers or with the help of mechanical devices. The last one is follow-up action. By the time you receive you distributed the mail, you need to follow it up. Is the mail put in the appropriate place or not? Very, very important. That takes us to the method or procedure of handling the outgoing mails. We have learned the method or procedure for incoming mails. The next one now is the outgoing mails. How to handle the outgoing mails. In what I've explained what incoming mails was all about. The outgoing mails are the mails or the document or correspondence that is being sent out of the organization or out of a certain office to another office. The method, after you might have collected the mail, maybe through messenger or you who distributed whatever is bringing it to the office. The next thing is preparing the mail. You have to prepare the mail that you are taking out, the outgoing mail. You have to prepare it. Then as soon as outgoing mail reach the mail room, they carry out their function to save time and money to prepare the material for safe and speedy passage to the person it is posted to. Then you sort it out. A clerk assigned to outgoing mail may use a basket or whatever pigeonhole to subdivide the outgoing mail according to the type or classes, such as the first mail, second mail, the one by air, the one by inland, one international. For example, now if you are taking it by air or whatever online, it has to be sorted out by the messenger in charge, or by the office, or by the clerk, whosoever in charge of the mail. Then folding out the mail. This is very important. When you are folding out the mail, you have to be very careful so that you not add one inside the envelope B. Very, very important. At the same time, the folding out the mail or each letter is neatly and quickly folded, and the letter should receive the immediate attention of the receiver, because if this thing is not being done well, by the time the receiver wanted to open the mail, it will be problem. Then inserting the mail. When you are inserting the mail, most organizations use regular envelopes for ordinary correspondence and window envelope for invoice and statement. When window envelope is used, it is important to have the name and address written in the correct position so that it will line up with the window where the letter is folded. I say it is very important. And what is it? When you are inserting the mail, you have to look at the one that has enclosure, the one that doesn't have enclosure. Then the envelope has to be properly inserted, because if it's not properly done, it affects the envelope, it will affect the content that is being inserted during the folding. Then the next one is the weighing of the mail. You have to weigh it to determine the postage rate, whether it is high or it is being low, or it is being well or it is being less, to know the volume. Then the stamping. Individual mail may be stamped with regular postage stamp. In case of large volume of mail, it can be stamped using measuring devices called Franklin machine. Like the one Franklin machine, we know it, we have seen it if you have not been making use of it. But today, because of the technological aspect of it that we have, so Franklin machine is no longer being used or rampant. I have one in my office that I just kept it there for future reference. Then dispatching the mail. The outgoing mail that is going now, you have to dispatch it. The sooner outgoing mail is sent on its way, the sooner the desired result can be expected. For example, mail that is being expected for the past a week and you are sending it today. You have to work as fast as possible so that the mail is being retrieved as early as possible. Thank you for listening and thank you for your rapt attention. Have a nice day.